So it just came to me that if you don't think Trump and RFK Jr. are fighting the same people, then you're not paying attention. Case in point, it has now come out that the CIA was responsible for JFK's murder. That was the coup of our government. That's when this current establishment that is running our government took over. And that's why Trump is at odds with these people. That's why they all hate him. That's why the intelligence community hates him. That's why all the establishment rhinos and the establishment Democrats hate him, because now he is challenging this empire that took over the day JFK was assassinated. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to play some clips and walk you through it. And by the end of the video, you should see very clearly that the two people that the media despise, which we all know they're run by the CIA anyway. So the legacy establishment media that covers for the current regime and always has is run by the CIA. Trump has a war with the media. He has a war with the CIA. They hate him. He hates them. He wants to dismantle the administrative state with his Schedule F. So you just have to look at the sides. Look at the sides of the people that would assassinate a sitting president and then install LBJ, who obviously he was bought off by the CIA. Then you have Daddy Bush, which was ahead of the CIA. And everybody that subsequently was thereafter was either controlled by the CIA or was actually part of the CIA. So all the way up through Bush Jr. and then Obama. The Clintons are all tied up with the CIA. I mean, if you look at this empire, this administrative state, this globalist cabal, they're all tied in with the CIA. So you see these two that are basically pariahs in the media, which are Trump and RFK Jr., neither of which are getting any traction, any credit in terms of positive press. And you have to ask yourself why. Truly ask yourself why. So here you go.
We spoke to someone who had access to these still hidden CIA documents, a person who was deeply familiar with what they contain. We asked this person directly, did the CIA have a hand in the murder of John F. Kennedy, an American president? And here's the reply we received verbatim. Quote, the answer is yes. I believe they were involved. It's a whole different country from what we thought it was. It's all fake. It's hard to imagine a more jarring response than that. Again, this is not a, quote, conspiracy theorist that we spoke to. Not even close. This is someone with direct knowledge of the information that once again is being withheld from the American public. And the answer we received was unequivocal. Yes, the CIA was involved in the assassination of the president. Now, some people will not be surprised to hear that. They suspected it all along. But no matter how you feel about or what you thought about the Kennedy assassination, pause to consider what this means. It means that within the U.S. government, there are forces wholly beyond democratic control. These forces are more powerful than the elected officials that supposedly oversee them. These forces can affect election outcomes. They can even hide their complicity in the murder of an American president. In other words, they can do pretty much anything they want. They constitute a government within a government, mocking by their very existence the idea of democracy. As cynical as we have become after 30 years of watching government officials ignore the voters who employ them, we were shocked to learn this. It's not acceptable. Americans have trusted their government less with every passing year since the killing of John F. Kennedy. Maybe this is why. And people have known this for a long time. The people who knew would include every director of the CIA since November of 1963. And that list would include Obama's CIA director, John Brennan, one of the most sinister and dishonest figures in American life. That list would also include, we are sad to say, our friend Mike Pompeo.
You're talking about your uncle who's assassinated, and you believe the intelligence agencies were part of that. What happens to you?
Well, I got to be careful. I mean, I'm aware of that, and I'm not, I'm aware of that danger, And, I don't live in fear of it, at all. But I'm not stupid about it, and I take precautions.
So I was distraught right after the election, but I'm now actually invigorated by the challenge and our ability to succeed in this challenge.
Let me ask you, I don't know if you have seen this. I don't want to blindside you with this. This is the latest statement, latest tweet, as you were just saying. The president-elect's latest unsolicited pronouncement on the intelligence community. This was his tweet just a little while ago tonight. You see the scare quotes there. The intelligence briefing on so-called Russian hacking was delayed until Friday. Perhaps more time needed to build a case. Very strange. We're actually told, intelligence sources tell NBC News since this tweet has been posted, that actually this intelligence briefing for the president-elect was always planned for Friday. It hasn't been delayed. But he's taking these shots, this antagonism, this taunting to the intelligence community.
Let me tell you, you take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were motivated?
I don't know, but from what I am told, they are very upset with how he has treated them and talked about them. And we need the intelligence community. We don't know what's going on. Look at the Russian hacking. Without the intelligence community, we wouldn't have discovered it.
Do you think he has an agenda to try to dismantle parts of the intelligence community? I mean, this form of taunting hostility.
Whether you're a super liberal Democrat or a very conservative Republican, you should be against dismantling the intelligence community.
President Biden said there's no need for Trump to receive intelligence briefings. Has Trump requested any? Has he received any? And is that the official decision, or who is that decision left up to?
Well, the president said when asked that there was no need for him to receive them, and he referenced, of course, his erratic behavior, which I think many Americans would agree with him on. He was expressing his concern about former President Trump receiving access to sensitive intelligence, but he also has deep trust in his own intelligence team to make a determination about how to provide intelligence information if at any point the former president requests a briefing. So that's not currently applicable, but if he should request a briefing, he leaves it to them to make a determination.
It's gathered by the U.S., including the CIA. What will his relationship with them be like? And how many intelligence briefings has Mr. Trump sat in for so far? With the answer, here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross tonight.
It's been an essential White House fixture for decades, but Donald Trump now says he will not need the CIA's daily presidential briefing once in office. And as president-elect, he's only received 4 of them.
You know, I'm like a smart person. I don't have to be told the same thing and the same words every single day for the next 8 years.
It is one more slap in the face for the 21,000 people who work for the CIA.
I think it would be devastating to hear that the incoming president doesn't value the intelligence that will come out of the agency.
It follows Trump's efforts to publicly discredit the CIA over what it's saying about Russia.
They're fighting among themselves. They're not sure.
Tonight, a senior intelligence official tells ABC News he's disparaging and insulting every analyst currently in the intelligence community working hard to protect the United States. Forced to choose today between the CIA and Trump and Russia.
The Russians are not our friends.
The top Senate Republican backed the CIA.
But I have the highest confidence in the intelligence community and especially the central intelligence agencies.
Former officials say if the mistrust gets any worse, CIA officers could have a hard time trusting Trump and his national security team when it comes to Russia.
They may be afraid that anything they tell the White House will get back to Russia.
51 intelligence agents totally lied. I think it's treason. They totally lied just before the election, right before the vote. They lied and they said that the computer, which had all crimes on it, was Russian disinformation. 51 top people, the top people in the country, they lied. I actually think it's treasonous. And by the way, that's just another way that they cheated on the election. They cheated in many ways.
You should would you revoke their security clearances? A lot of these people they're contractors, they're still intelligence professionals, and they have access to our secrets. Should they lose that?
The security clearance of every one of those people should be immediately revoked. Absolutely.
So I'm only going to say it once. If this country doesn't wake up this election and vote these criminals out of office, the Bidens and the whole criminal mess that was installed over the last 40 years, 40 to 50 years with these people, we're going to lose our country. So wake up, people. We all know Hunter's laptop was real. We all know Russiagate was a hoax. We all know the whole COVID thing was way overblown, out of proportion, so they could use mail-in ballots to do what they did in the election. No longer are we dealing with rational and sane people. These people will do anything to hold on to power, and it's time their reign has ended. Trump's bringing the pain. God bless. Please subscribe. And here's some other videos for you to watch, especially the one about the CIA being involved in our media. Take care.